Kind of creepy one. You guys want to hear a creepy story? Yeah. It's kind of creepy outside. There was this fellow named Robert Service. Robert Service was kind of downtrodden, poor, and he decided to go to the Yukon to look for gold during the gold rush. He was going to make his fortune like everybody else. So he took a steamer up to the Yukon, and he got there, and in a very short amount of time, he was a bit of a city slicker, he realized that looking for gold in the Yukon sucked. It was horrible. It was just the worst job you could possibly imagine. He wasn't finding any gold. Nobody really was. A few were, but not really anybody else. They were starving to death, freezing. It was horrible. So he took what little money he had and he went and sat in saloons and wrote poetry about looking for gold. He has got several very famous poems. Possibly his famous poem is called The Cremation of Sam McGee. Have you heard that one before? Excellent. Well, it's good creepy. No, let's give it a try. So, The Cremation of Sam McGee by Robert Service. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was the night on the marge of Lake LaBarge, where I cremated Sam McGee. Now, Sam McGee was from Tennessee, where the cotton blooms and blows. Why he left his home in the South to roam around the pole, God only knows. He was always cold, but the land of gold seemed to hold him in a spell, though he would often say in his homely way that he would sooner live in hell. On a Christmas day, we were mushing our way over the Dawson Trail. Talk of your cold through the park is folded, stabbed like a driven nail. If our eyes would close, then the lashes froze, until sometimes you couldn't see. It wasn't much fun. The only one to whimper was Sam McGee. That very night as we lay packed tight in our robes beneath the snow, the dogs had been fed, and the stars overhead were dancing heel and toe. He turned to me and, Cap, says he, I'll cash in this trip, I guess. And if I do, I'm asking that you won't refuse my last request. Well, he looked so low that I couldn't say no, and then he said with a sort of moan, "This cursed cold, it's gone right down until I'm chilled through the bone. It tain't being dead, no. It's my awful dread of an icy grave that pains. So I want you to swear that foul or fair, you will cremate my last remains." Friends last week is a thing to heed. I swore I would not fail. We started on the streak of dawn. My God, he looked ghastly pale. He crouched in the sleigh, and he raved all day of his home in Tennessee. By nightfall, a corpse was all that was left of Sam McGee. There wasn't a breath in that land of death. As I hurried horror-driven, with a corpse half hid that I couldn't be read, because of a promise given. It was lashed to the sleigh, and it seemed to say, "You may tax your brawn and brains, but you promised true. It's up to you to cremate those last remains. A promise made is a debt unpaid, and the trail has its own stern code. In the days to come, though my lips were dumb, in my heart how I cursed that load. And every day that quiet clay seemed to heavy and heavier grow. But on I went, for the dogs were spent, and the grub was getting low. The trail was bad, and I felt half mad. But I swore I'd never give in, and I'd often sing with the hateful thing. They would hearken to grin. Till at last I came to the marge of Lake LaBarge, and there a derelict did lay. It was jammed in the ice, and I saw it thrice. It was called the Alice May. Well, I looked at it, and I thought for a minute. Then I looked at my frozen chum. Then here, said I, with a sudden cry, is my crematorium. Some planks I tore from the cabin floor, and I lit the boiler fire. Some coal I found that was just lying around, and I heaped the fuel higher. With The flames just soared and the furnace roared, such a blaze you seldom see. And I burrowed a hole in the glowing coals, and I stuffed in Sam McGee. And I made a hike, for I didn't like to hear him sizzle so. The heavens scowled, the huskies howled, and the wind began to blow. It was icy cold. The hot sweat rolled down my cheeks, and I do not know why. And the greasy smoke in an inky cloak went streaking down the sky. I do not know how long in the snow I wrestled with grisly fear, but the stars came out and danced about. Ere again I ventured near. I was sick with dread, but I bravely said, I'll just take a peep inside. Guess he's cooked. Time I looked, the door I opened wide. And there sat Sam, cool and calm, in the heart of the furnace roar. He wore a smile you could see a mile, and he said, please close that door. It's fine in here, but I greatly fear you'll let in the cold and storm. Since I left Plumtree down in Tennessee, it's the first time I've been warm. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was the night of the march